All right, I think we have, let's see here, how many people here right now? It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21 people. So I guess we can start off since we said 5:30 and waited about 7 minutes. So can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's start. Let me get this window out of my face. Okay, so what we're gonna learn today is how to evaluate properties properly. So I know that most of you guys are having problems with appraisals coming low and why they are coming so low, and also how to read the appraiser reports so that if there is something that can be fight for, you can find out exactly what is wrong with that appraiser. So, you know, you can go back to the appraiser and ask them to submit the appraiser to appraiser management company so they can make the corrections. But I can tell you, most of the FHA appraisers, they will not budge on their numbers, so you have to escalate it to appraisal management companies. So let's learn about does anybody know? So you can unmute yourself if there is no background sound. And tell me, any of you guys know what Q1 and Q6 or C1 and C6 for?
No.
Okay. So basically, quality is Q, and they go from 1 through 6. All right. C is for condition, and it goes from 1 through 6 as well. Q1 being the best quality, and Q6 being the worst quality. All right. Same thing with condition. So C1 is best condition, and C6 is for worst condition. So what makes it so worst or whatever? So quality is, these are the homes, usually unique structures, custom homes, and they are constructed with real quality items, upgraded flooring, you know, trim works, the whole 9 yards, and finishes are pretty much all custom. So this is what Q1 is. So when we go to Q2, these are the homes that are not, I'm not really gonna go into too much details on them and read it exactly what that means. But I'd like you to, you know, read it as we go and understand what this Q2 stands for. So I'm gonna go little by little, or slowly per se. Everybody, I guess, read it. And Q3, we're not going to go into details again with the condition because they are all same thing, except one is quality, one is condition. So I guess you can understand what the difference is between quality and condition of the property from its meaning. So as you can see, everything is going from best to worst. So let's look at quality 6. Dwellings with this quality rating are of basic quality and lower costs. Some may not be suitable for year-round occupancy. Such dwellings are often built with simple plans or without plans, often utilizing the lowest quality building materials. Such as dwellings are often built or expanded by persons who are professionally unskilled or possess only minimal construction skills. Electrical, plumbing, and other mechanical systems and equipments may not be minimal or non-existent. Other dwellings may feature one or more substandard or non-conforming additions to this original structure. So you can think of a bank-owned property that is in awful condition. The copper is missing, you know, HVAC is all rusted out. It's pretty much the worst quality of any property that you can see. So same thing with the conditions. So condition, again, brand new construction, and they are pretty much newly erected, and the property is in best condition that it can be. So let's go to C6, and we'll understand this as we're doing the appraisal sample. So the improvements have substantial damage or deferred maintenance with deficiencies or defects that are severe enough to affect the safety, soundness, and structural integrity of the improvements. The improvements are in need of substantial repairs and rehabilitation, including many or most major components. So substantial repairs are needed to the improvements due to the lack of adequate maintenance or property damage. It reflects property with conditions severe enough to affect the safety, soundness, structural integrity of the improvements. So as you can see, this is what you see on the appraisal reports, and we'll share some of them with you tonight. So this way you can understand how the appraisers come up with these ideas, what to place them. This is where it makes the most expense or adjustments on the appraisal report. So now we're going to get into some of the details you may probably never heard before, how it works. If you're an appraiser, you probably know about it. So adjustment list. What do the appraisers use to adjust properties? All right. So let's look at them. So adjustments between Q1 and Q6 and C1 and C6. So the adjustments can be from $5,000 all the way to $100,000. So let's say homes up to $50,000. So if you're selling homes that are up to $50,000 between, let's say, Q5 to Q6, the difference is going to be $5,000. All right. So homes up to $300,000 is $10,000 to $15,000. The reason that we have a range there, because as I said, you can have one appraiser done in one property with 3 other appraisers, and I can guarantee you 100%. Those 4 appraisals will all be different amounts at the end of the day because they use different type of adjustments, like in here. So homes up to 400 would be $15,000 to $25,000 adjustments. And you know, on incoming lists, you'll see where we're going to make these adjustments and how we make them and how we decide how to tag them as whether Q1 or Q4 or Q6. So homes up to $600,000, $25,000 to $35,000. Homes up to $1 million is $35,000 to $50,000, and anything over $50,000 to $100,000. So as you can see how they can make those adjustments. Now let's go to page 2. Here where it comes really sticky, because you don't really have to know every one of these, and we are going to share this in our portal, and you will be able to access this form. This way, when you're even doing a CMA, you can use the same form and format. This way you can do your market analysis properly, just like an appraiser. So extra bedroom, $4,000 to $5,000 each. So if one house has 3 bedrooms and the other one has 4, this is the adjustments you're going to make between the comparison. So full bathroom, $3,000 to $5,000. Half bathroom, $2,000 to $2,500, right? But you know, you can build a bathroom that can cost you $50,000. This is how much it is worth on appraiser's eyes. Isn't that awful? But this is fact. So sunroom is $5,000 because it's heated. Now, if it is not heated, then you cannot really call it a room. You can call it like maybe covered porch or something. So patio and deck, $3,000 to $5,000 depending on size. Fireplace, $3,000. Lakefront, $15,000 to $30,000. Now, depending on some areas, if you are in, you know, very high-priced lakefront area, this can go up to, you know, because of the lot, that can go up to, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Short sales, I would use $15,000 adjustment if you're comparing this property with other non-short sales.
No, wet food.
So AC, $2,500 per unit. Air conditioner, $2,500 per unit. Square feet adjustments, 0 to 200,000. So this is the house value. Adjustment will likely start between $20 to $30 per foot, per square feet, right? So, and we'll get to that, but I'm giving you these facts so you can see these numbers as how to be, put it in our reports. Homes, $200 to $400,000, $30 to $50 per square feet. $400 to $750,000, $455. And 400 to 750, 40 to $75, over $750,000. The range is likely between $75 and $200,000 because it could be a $2 million home, right? Land adjustments, $1,000 to $5,000 per acre. So now garage, again, this depends on the value of the home and location. So typically on a regular suburban home, it could be from $5,000 to $10,000 per bay. All right. Basements and finished basement area also depend on the value of the home. Walkouts will be probably $3,000 to $10,000. And most appraisers adjust $10. Now hear this out. $10 square feet. Let's say if you have 1,000 square feet basement and you finished 800 square feet of it, the appraiser sees that as $8,000 addition to your valuation. So those are the homes that is under $200,000. The range is typically 12 to 12 and $20 in homes in $200,000 to $300,000 range, and $15 to $25, $350 and up. So above ground pool, if you have a pool in the back, there's no value because it doesn't add any value to the property. And here's the kicker. In-ground pool. You can spend $90,000 for an in-ground pool, but on appraiser's eye, that is $7,000 to $10,000 at most. So fence yard, $3,000. So that's pretty much the adjustments. Now I'm going to get out of this screen and open another one. Now this form that you see here, it is actually in our portal. It says CMA. It's been there, a lot of people may have tested, but if you want to really impress your sellers, you can fill this out in full so they see you as doing your job. So you can tell them about the market conditions. You can tell them how many properties for sale in the neighborhood, and whether any of them are bank-owned properties, neighborhood values, from what price to what price. And you can fill out all this information. I'm not going to go into it in details because what we're going to do is a sample CMA. So for those who joined the meeting tonight, I will send you 3 different comps. And what you will have to do is you're going to use this form on your portal. And based on those comps, I want to see you guys filling this out. So we're going to do it only for sold properties. We're not going to go into active properties, okay? So it's going to be only 3 comps that are sold. So I'm going to get that report from you and see who did what and how did they do it. And we'll reply everybody as to what mistake that they have done and how they should correct it. So here we go. 123 Main Street. And this is an example. So 456 Oak Avenue, Cherry Hill, 165 Ridge Road, Lakewood. So how far the properties are being, and whether they are short sales or REOs, you have to mark them off. And here are the sale prices: $450,000, $475,000, $495,000. So the sale prices, what type of mortgage that they had. And now, as you can see in here, we have one section, it shows, and most of the appraisers don't use this, but we can use this to our advantage because, as you know, when we're listing properties, we want to be very accurate on pricing, and this section really gives us opportunity to maybe lower it a little bit of the listing price. So here are days on the market where the locations, suburban, rural, or whatever that is. Fee simple, everybody knows what fee simple is all about, and site. So most of the appraisers, the reason that I have this blank, most of the appraisers will not give credit for one property having a bigger lot than the others, but I do. So for example, ours is 12,500 square feet. This property has 11,000. So I'm gonna give my subject property, which is invisible here, but that's the subject property. So I'm gonna give them $1,000 credit of having bigger land. And here's another one. So I'm gonna give this person another $1,000. And here's another one, another $1,000. So view means if the property is located in a community or whether it's in a main road with a commercial on it or underneath of it. So this is where you specify that. And I'm gonna put 0 credit because nobody gives credit on that one. So design, the appraisers do not give any credit on the designs. So here we go. Now, can anybody tell me, after seeing those price ranges, our property is Q3, so it's fairly newer home, and also C2, and the condition is extremely well. So this home is probably between 1 to 5 year old and in perfect condition. And here's another one, Q4. Can somebody tell me what was the difference between Q3 and Q4 in quality for properties? Now you can see the price range up here. Anybody?
Maybe the year built.
Now, quality of construction is Q4 is worse than Q3.
Correct. Q4 is worse than Q3, but what is the adjustment?
I personally, for me, depending on the price of the home, I can't scroll up, but I think I would do for that adjustment alone, I would do 5 to 10.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so I would use, anywhere from homes from $400,000 up to $400,000. It would be $15,000 to $25,000. So homes between, let's say, up to $600,000, it would be about $25,000 to $35,000. So I'll use the middle range, which is 30. Okay. Now see the difference. Now Q3 to Q4. When we put $30,000 here, it will calculate our adjustments.
Nice.
As you can see in here. So this way, how you're doing the calculation, you're not doing it yourself. The system or the software is going to do it for you. Now, this property is Q3, so we're going to have 0 adjustment for that, and it's same condition or quality, 0 adjustment. Now, homes, this home is built in 2001, and this one is built in 1992. Most of the appraisers will not give credit, but I do. A lot of agents may do BPOs. You may want to use this tool too. How we adjust it is $100 per year. So 1992 to 2001 is $900, right? So 1999, that's 200. 2005, now here we go. It is newer. So now instead of putting just numbers, you're going to put minus $400. Okay. So pluses, minuses, better, worst, better. That's how you can see it. So here is property that has C2 condition, and this one is C3. So C3 would be $30,000 more, right? And this one is $30,000 more, and this one is same condition. Now, here's another one. Some appraisers will give credit for properties that are, that have more rooms or whatever. So in here, you can see this home has 10 rooms, 5 bedrooms, and 3.5 bathrooms. Okay. Now this home has 10 rooms, 4 bedrooms, and 3 full baths. So based on what you learned previously, what we said was full bathroom was anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, and half bathroom was $2,000 to $2,500. So now bedroom sizes, 5 bedroom, this one has 1 less bedroom and 1 less powder room. So I'm going to use average. Since this home is a little larger, I'm going to give them $5,000 credit for the bedroom. And also, we'll put $2,000 or let's say $2,500 credit for the bathroom, additional powder room. Okay? Now, 10 bedrooms, 10 rooms, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, then this would be $5,000.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What are the total rooms? So you're across the board, you're doing 10 rooms each. Say if the second comp had an extra room. They said, or say it had 11 total rooms, 4
Okay.
bedrooms and 3 baths.
You're going one step too fast. So just wait for
Sorry.
next 3 minutes. You'll learn that too. All right.
Khan, I have a question. Right there where for comp number 2, where it's one less bedroom, how come that adjustment isn't a minus? Since it's one less bedroom than our subject property.
Well, you see, you are adjusting it because this one has 5 bedrooms, this one has 4 bedrooms, right?
Uh-huh.
So here's one credit for $5,000 and having 1 powder room extra, additional $2,500. So our subject property gets $7,500 credit. So let's say, look, I'm going to remove this for a second. All right. Now, if you look at the bottom number, 511,900, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put $7,500 credit. Now, as you can see.
Oh, I see.
All right. That's how it works. So let's move on. So here's another one, 10 rooms, 5 bedrooms, and 3. So this adjustment would be how much?
$2,500.
$2,500, correct. So now our comp gets $2,500 credit. Now, let's move on to square footage. Square footage means your first and second floor, if there's a third floor, not the attic. So now that is what square foot is. The square footage does not include the basement. Okay, so that 3,300 square feet means heated rooms. Keep that in mind. So Nicole asked a question, what if it has 1 extra bedroom or 1 extra room? That counts as heated room. So we have to calculate the adjustments on the square footage, not on the room sizes. All right.
Got you.
So now this home has 3,300 square feet minus 3,150 times. So what would be our square foot adjustments based on
$20 square foot?
this price range? So I would use
30.
I would use $40 per square feet, but some appraisers will use 35. So if you want to be safe, you can use 35. All right, let's use 35. So times $35. Now 5,250. Because this home has 150 square feet more than this home, they are only getting $5,250. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Well, most of the agents will say, no, it will not make sense. What if that home is costing you $120 per square feet to build it, right? So we're not multiplying $150 or 150 square feet extra square feet times 100 or $120. This is how appraisers do appraisals. So you cannot really tell them, oh, this home is 150 square feet bigger. You know, you can't even build a home like this for $100 a square foot. So you have to calculate it with $100 per square feet. It does not work that way. All right. So this home has 2980, 3300 minus 2980 equals 680 square feet. Am I doing it right now? It's about 320. 320 square feet more times $35. So $11,200 credit to this person, and 3475 minus 3,300 times 35, and now we have minus $6,125, right? So just be careful. Appraisers do not have these two sections, but they are usually together. So below grade total living area. What they are asking you here is this. Does this home have a basement? So let's say our home does not have a basement. And since there's no basement, there's no finished area. All right. But this home, 3,150 square feet home, has a basement of 1,500 square feet or 1,500 living area. And let's say out of that 1,500 square feet, they finished 1,000 square feet. All right. So how do we calculate this per square foot range? Does anybody remember how much the basement adjustments were?
They're 3,000 and 10,000 per square foot.
Okay, so now I don't have an adjustment here, therefore I will have to put that adjustment in here. All right. So let's do this. Having a basement versus not having a basement, you can adjust all the properties with $5,000 to $7,000. Especially, let's say, you know, this is a bigger home, so let's do $7,500. And plus, now this one has a 1,000 square feet finished basement. So 7,500 times, because it's more than $400,000 range, I would say $20 per square feet. So $20,000 plus 7,500 minus $27,500. Oops. Make sense? So let's say this home has a 1,400 square feet. Now let's say 1,000 square feet. All right. And they only have 500 square feet finished. Now we have $10,000 here. 500 times 20 is 10,000, and minus 7,500, so $17,500. That is a minus. Okay. Now let's say this home, 3,475, there's no basement. Or let's say there's a basement, and let's give them 1,700 square feet basement, and 0 square feet finished. Therefore, adjustments is how much?
0.
It has a basement. If it has a basement, there has to be an adjustment.
3,000?
34.
$7,500. Remember? $7,500. So here we go. And $7,500 credit, negative, right? So now functional utility, a lot of people learn this stuff in real estate school. So you can add stuff like, let's say if this home is back into a railroad, how does that affect the functional utility of that property? So it affects negatively, right? So this is where you make that adjustment. So we put average in here. So we're going to keep it as average for now. So here's the gas HVAC system. Gas HVAC system, there's no adjustment, same thing. And there's no adjustment. And gas HVAC, 2 zone. Now, all of these have 1 zone HVAC system, but this home has 2 zones. So I would give them $5,000 credit. Remember, the AC was $2,500 credit. So when you have a secondary zone, you're giving them $5,000 additional amount. So garages, 2, 2, so there's no adjustment. And this home has 3. So who can remember how much the garage adjustments were?
10?
4,000.
Okay.
Anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So let's just give them average $7,000. All right, so that's minus as well. So here we go. This home has deck and a patio. This home has only a deck, not having a patio. And how much was credit for patio?
$5?
No,
2,500.
2,500. So we'll give $2,500 credit. And here's another deck and patio. Now this home has a deck and a sunroom for S, 4 seasons. Okay, so how much do you think, whether it's going to be 0 or do we have to give any credit to the comp?
You do because it's 4 season.
Yeah. Have some.
5,000
It would have heat.
for sunroom. So therefore, patio or deck is $2,500. Now we're giving them $2,500 credit. Here's a property that has in-ground pool, and here is the one that doesn't. So we'll give our comp a $7,000 credit for having a pool, even though they spend 90 grand, they only get $70,000. Here's a fireplace. One fireplace, no adjustment. 0 fireplace would be how much?
3,000.
$3,000. So this comp gets $3,000, and this one has 2. Therefore, we're going to reduce it by $3,000. So if you look at the prices, they are up and down, right? How the appraisers do is they average of these, or 5, whatever number of comps that they use. So at this point, 546, 50 plus 547, 900 plus 473, 975 divided by 3. So average price is 496,175. How much do we list this property for? Hello? Anyone?
I'm really
Wow.
stumped. I have one question.
So how much can we list this property for? If the average sale price is 496,175.
Say about 485.
No, the property value, its sold value is 496. That is the property valuation. That's the exact number. So I guess we can add a couple more percent or 3% at most in order for us to be compatible with the other listings in the area, right?
Okay.
So let's say 496,175 times 103. I think this is more than 509,900. All right. If this
Can you repeat that? You said 509?
509,900.
Okay.
So if you list it for 509,900, if the seller says, "Oh no, that's way too low," and they have already seen the work that you have done here with every single appraisers, does any of you guys use any of these type of adjusted CMA reports?
Yes, I have.
So if you're using it, you know how important it is for us to even bank-owned or REO agents. This is pretty much similar report that they use. So you have to have proper numbers in order for you to really tell the bank, or now in this case, the seller, well, you got to list it for this price, otherwise it's not going to sell right away. It may take a lot longer. Then you have to do price adjustments. So if the seller says that, you know, they want to list the property instead of 509.9, then you can tell them, look, we can list it. We don't want to miss any listings, right? We can list it, but I would like to put something on my listing agreement. If this property doesn't sell, or if we don't get any offers next, let's say 2 to 3 weeks, we're gonna do automatic to 509,900. Are we clear with that?
Yes.
Con, I have one question. The house on the right, that seems to have more. It has the 2-zone gas, the HVAC, the pool and all that. Why are they negatives instead of positives? Did I miss something?
So negative means our comp, our subject property, has something less than the comp itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're put negative. See in here, where this person has one fireplace and this person does not have any, and now they are getting, I can put plus here, but it's automatically going to add $3,000.
I guess because we can't see the whole page. We can't see at the
You can
top.
see the whole page?
No, we were only seeing strips of it. So yeah, so if you go all the way up, so is the right side the one that we're doing the comp on? That's what's kind of hard to tell unless I'm like, don't have my page open all the way, which I did.
Can you see the whole page now?
No, it's still partial.
So you're not seeing my mouse.
We do.
I can
but
see it.
Yes. yes.
You see the whole thing or you only see half?
I see the whole page, top and bottom.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I guess it may be whatever you're using. So
Okay, sorry.
now everybody sees the whole page, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as I said, we're gonna give you 3 comps, and whoever is interested in this little game, just send me an email. So you may want to send it to, I guess most of you guys know my email address, but those who don't know my email address, put it in the chat here so that we can send you to your emails too. So I'm gonna get out of this one real quick and open another page, okay? Just give me 1 second. All right. So we're gonna analyze 3 appraisals. If it opens up somewhere in here. There we go. Now, can you see this new window? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
All right, let's go. Where is my screen? Okay, this is an actual appraisal report. All right. So again, as you can see, they put all the property, where the property is located, what the block and lots, and all that information, which I care less. But I look at his here. Arms and length sale, typical contract. So this is not an REO, or this is not a short sale, whatnot. Here's the contract price. All right. And they talk about the rest of the stuff as it's similar to our reports, but it's a little different because they use a different software. Now, it talks about the property in a lot more details. That's why we paid them $500 to create such a report. So here is some of the items that you may want to read. C3, kitchen remodeled less than 1 year ago, bathrooms remodeled less than 1 year ago. The materials used appear to be overall in very good condition. The entire interior was renovated, also new roof, AC, water heater, some new electric and plumbing. A hole in the rear bedroom ceiling needs to be repaired. So what kind of mortgage were they getting? I believe FHA, right? Based on what it said there. Let me check it. So yes, this is an FHA So that's why they put that. If it was conventional, they would really not put stuff like that. The square feet was determined by your appraiser measuring the exterior of the subject. So they measure exterior walls of the property to measure the square footage of that home. They do not include the garage in square footage, so just keep that in mind. So here is the report. And there's a bunch of, gibberish here. So, you don't really have to know every single code that they use. But overall, you can see the subject property, $199,000. That's the property that you went under contract with. Here's a sale, sold for $195, $181, and $181. All right. Locations, again, residential, fee simple, lot sizes. As you can see, lot size wise, they did not give any credit, right? But if you look at this last property here, has 30,570 square feet versus 7,080. So they got a $2,000 credit. This property got $2,000 credit, but our property valuation went down by $2,000. So here's the report. Q4, 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 no adjustments on any of them. 48 years old, 95 years old. And as I said, most appraisers will not do age adjustments. And you can see it here too. Now C3, 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 C3. This appraiser was real lazy, I would say, because he gave the same, he found pretty much all same properties, similar conditions, similar quality to this property. But if we analyze it more, I think which we analyzed with this one, was that you, Chris Mooney?
What's that?
Was this your property?
What was the address?
241 Fairview.
241 what?
Fairview Avenue, Lawnside.
No.
I think it was one of, oh, actually, that was Baya Lagares. So this was one of our agents' reports, actually. But what I did is, because the value, now let's go down there so you can see it yourself too. The appraisal appraised at 172.5. The sale price was 199. Okay. The reason that I'm showing this appraiser, because I looked all the comps that the appraiser used. He actually gave a favor to our agent by appraising at 172.5 because the property is worth 172.5. And when you look at this appraisal report, and in here, he used, see my notes here, $20 a square feet. So he adjusted the square footage by $20 a square foot. Would he be able to do 25? Yes, but it wouldn't really make a lot of difference on the value. So now let's analyze these here. The property has 5 total rooms, it's a rancher, 3 bedrooms, and 1 full bath. The comp has 7 rooms, now 4 bedrooms. Now, one of the 7 rooms is actually 1 extra bedroom. So you don't really give 2 extra room credit here. So you have to be careful with that too. Now, he has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, but this one has 2.5 bathrooms. And in here as well, the appraiser really gave credit of only $7,000 versus they should have done at least $12,000 there. So in here, the appraiser gave a favor to our agent as well. Now here's another one, 7 rooms, 4 bedrooms. So that's what makes the extra bathroom. And here is $3,000. And in here, again, he should have reduced it by minimum $7,500, and he only used $3,000. And here's another one, 7 rooms, 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. And again, he did less credit in here as well to make sure that at least the property valuation goes up a little bit. This is what we call sharpening your pencil to the appraiser. So this is where they sharpen their pencils to make sure the value comes up a little bit. Now, apparently this appraiser is very good because his report was pretty good. I mean, I can tell you. Now, even though the square footage of our property is 1,021, the only thing that I don't agree with it is this. You have to find properties that are similar in size as well. All right. So they did the adjustments based on $20 a square feet. Can you use it? Yes, you can. Only if there is no available comps in the immediate area. Lone Side being a smaller city, there was probably no other comps, which I checked, and there wasn't. So that's why he had to use what he had available. So basement, 1,008 square feet, 0 finished. 850, 0 finished. 0, now as you can see, our comp got $5,000 credit. And this home has 500 square feet and 0 finished and 0 credit. So there's no other adjustments other than now here. What does DW means, Nicole? Okay. Anybody knows what DW means? Guesstimation?
Is that deck out of wood?
No, driveway. So one
Driveway.
parking and driveway. So one carport CP and one driveway. So as you can see, he even gave a credit for carport. It's not a garage. Okay, one driveway, one garage, and one driveway. So it has one garage and they gave only $3,000 credit. So here's another one, fence yard. Plus $3,000 because this property did not have a fence yard. And here's another one, another $3,000. Okay, so at the end of the day, what he does is he finds out these numbers and average it out, and now appraisal report comes at 172.5. Now, since this is an FHA appraisal, what happens to that appraisal?
It gets given to the bank?
Well, I mean, the sale definitely falls through, right? I mean, the seller is not going to sell less than 199, and the buyer is not going to buy it more than 172.5. But
Right.
FHA assigns case numbers with their reports. So this sticks, this value sticks next 6 months. So if somebody comes in and makes an FHA offer, and they have to use the same case number. But some people say that, I'm not sure how true that is, that's what we have to find out from a lender, I guess, or underwriter. If you ask the lender to open a new case with a new case number, that may be another way to get rid of the old case. But if they catch it, I think they are going to go back to 172.5. So we need to really find out from a lender to make sure that they can or can't use the value. So here is another appraisal. I'm going to stop sharing.
Hey, Hakan.
Yes.
I had a recent incident where they said it was 120 days. Does that have anything to do with the current condition of the market, and maybe considering that, yes, that appraisal may have worked 6 months ago, but we're in a completely different place? Do you know if there's any validity to that?
So 120 days may be the, what was this, a flip property?
It was not. That's what kind of surprised me. I thought it was 6 months, but evidently it was not a flip property. There was a couple that bought it and then split up and wanted to sell it quite quickly, and their appraisal held up the sale. But then when they looked closer into it, they were able to hold them to 120 days as opposed to that 6 months.
Well-
My client didn't end up going through with it, but she had just gotten back to me. So I didn't know if that was maybe a current climate condition that the FHA is allowing with the pandemic, or, you know, what that might be.
I'm not sure how, you know, how to answer that, because I have to see the whole case in order for me to say. But normally the value sticks for 6 months. Let's say if there was a buyer 2 months prior to it, and that 2 months already passed, now there's only 4 months left. Maybe that's what they may have told you.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna open another appraisal report, because we sell all types of properties, right? So here's another one. Stop share. Let's open another one. Let's open this one and share. All right. Share screen. Okay. Here's another property. This is in Marlton, New Jersey. And the appraisers. Okay. So here's important things, right? $711,000 contract price. And this was actually one of my recent sales, so very recent. That's why I want to use it with you guys. Now here's the lot size, 25,875, and conditions. And here we go. So 3 comps are subject property 711, 680, 700, and 745. Now let's go down to the quality and conditions, and pretty much everything, every single property that he picked were same conditions, so there is no adjustments in between that. So here is the square footage of the home. It had 11 rooms, 4,838 square feet. And as you can see, there's no adjustments on the room sizes or differences. Even though he should have had it, I guess it didn't make a sense for him because the value was going to appraise. So here's 12 rooms, 4 bedrooms, 5 full beds. That's where he made the adjustments based on having 1.5 bathroom more, even though there's additional room in here. So 4,838 square feet. So he calculated $40 per square feet for the difference. And as you can see, this home has larger, and again, they reduced it by $40 per square foot. And it talks about the basement area, whether, you know, how many square feet total basement and how many square feet of it is finished, right? In here, this home has 2,246 square feet and 0 finished. Therefore, they got $8,000 price. So if you calculate, normally using our numbers, see, this appraiser used something totally different. He only gave $8,000 for this humongous finished basement. But as long as it appraised, let's go down here. We're not going to question the value, right? Since, I mean, even if he over appraises it, if it appraises as 725, the lender is not going to make any difference how much your down payment would be, or whether the seller is not going to come back to you and say, no, you know, it appraised at 725, now you have to increase your sale price to 725. So here's only $3,000 difference here, because this home has 1,350 square feet finished basement versus 2,200. And everything else is average, average, average. Now this home had 3-car garage and 2-car garage. He only gave $2,500. Now, if the value didn't come out properly, then I would fight with this appraiser. Well, you're only giving me $2,500 credit for having one extra garage, and not only that, 6 in driveway. So, you know, then I would have something to fight for. But since it appraised, I care less, right? So here's 2-car garage, 6 driveway, and gave $2,500 credit for that. And here's same thing, 0. Porch and patio, none, $3,000 each. Porch and deck, 0. Deck and patio, 0. In-ground pool. Having an in-ground pool, you got $10,000 credit. Now, this is where you can see the adjustments. So,
you need to unlock your device to do this.
all right. Anybody have any questions on these valuations?
Is there like a cheat sheet that you can give regarding definitions or the commonly or the standard assigned values to things?
Yes, we have that. We went over. I guess you were not in the meeting earlier.
Yeah, sorry, I had a hard time uploading Zoom. I wasn't at a place where it would do it quickly, but yeah, is that something that you'll be emailing out to everyone?
Yes, I'll share it in the portal, so this way you guys
Okay.
have it.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Now, let's go open another appraisal. Can you see this new one? It says invoice on the top.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here's a different one, and this is also one of my most recent sales. Now, this one is a little different. The buyer was not getting a mortgage, but they just want to find out if they were paying enough. My price analysis, based on my original analysis, but he wanted something more solid as an appraisal. I said, sure. So actually, he wanted this house so bad, he paid pretty much full price. But the house was not worth what he paid for. So he bought it for, let's see here, 600 or 750,000. So let's see. Actually,
Hakan, did he pay cash?
He paid cash, 760.
Okay.
He paid 765,000 for.
Okay.
Yes, he bought it for $765,000. Okay, so my price valuation was actually 740 when I gave it to him. That's why, you know, because there were multiple offers, and finally he said, all right, I'm gonna pay cash, but a little more, and the other offer was eliminated. So let's look at this property. Here we go. So here's the age of home, 27, 6 years old. They got $7,500 credit. And you can see how different it is between the appraisers. Some people will not give any credit, but some people will. So that's why if you do 4 different appraisers, all 4 different appraisers will come up with a different price. But again, the adjustments are not huge because this is $700,000 home. A lot of people look the other way, on the other side. Here's another one, 3 years old, $15,000 difference. And condition is pretty much the same, and quality is all the same. Now let's look at the adjustments. So 9 rooms, and I don't agree with it because this home had 11 rooms in the first and second floor. So he didn't have it properly. And 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. Now there was a bedroom in the basement. As you can see, it's not included in number of bedrooms. All right, because that is seen as if what makes it a bedroom? Can anybody tell me?
Closet and insulated.
A window, closet, and
Yeah,
above
windows.
ground.
So it has to have egress.
Egress, yeah.
Then it would count as a bedroom. if it does have one of those small, basement windows, it will not count as a bedroom. All right. If it is large enough, yes, but not. Let's say if it is walkout basement has a window, then it counts as a bedroom. But in here, 9 rooms, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 10 rooms, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. Now you can see the difference because it has 1 extra room and 1 extra bathroom. He adjusted by $5,000 each, right? This is how the adjustments are made. Now, 3,467 square feet versus 4,626. So 4,626 minus 3,467 equals 1,159. 46,400 minus 1,159. He calculated based on $45 a square feet as the adjustment. So, and it would probably be the same thing on these two. So here's the basement, 1909 square feet, 1623 is finished. And 2,484 square feet and 1,722 square feet finished. Now, why is there a credit here? It should have been minus, right? Anybody can tell me why?
Hakan, is it because a greater percentage of the other basement is finished?
Well, see, no, not the rate. I mean, this home has smaller basement, but 1,623 finished, versus the other one is larger, but 1,722 square finished. So instead of having plus, it should have been negative. Why did he put positive?
Maybe amount of bathrooms they have.
See in here?
No, for the size of the basement.
No, right here.
No, it's not the size. Maybe the condition.
See in here? Can you see this highlighted area? 1,623 square feet finished basement with walk out.
Okay, egress. Okay.
So this is how you read the appraiser report. I mean, then it would be, oh, this should have been minus. You don't fight with the appraiser because you're not reading it properly.
Sorry, what's the WL means?
Walk out.
Oh.
Walk out basement. So it has a full door that walks out of the basement. So you're clear with that?
Makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
So 1,800 square feet basement, 1,500 finished, and they get credit for that because larger basement and larger square finish area. So if you calculate 1623, which is 123 square feet more, 7,500 divided by 123, he gave $60 per square feet. So here's 2033 for having a basement, larger basement, and also $20,000 because it has, like, you have to read these two. 1 bedroom. So he did give for additional finished areas with different rooms. All right. Average, let's go back here. Garage, 3-car garage, 6 in driveway, 2-car garage, 4 driveway. So he gave $10,000. Remember, one bay garage could be from $5,000 to $10,000. He used the highest credit ever, so $10,000. I mean, it's fairly nice area, and they should get that credit. 3-car garage, 0. 3-car garage, 0. So 2 patios and a pool. See, this one combined the pool and patio and the deck. So basically what he did is 2 patios equals to patio and deck, right? For pool, he put $10,000 credit. Deck, because this home has pretty large patios, because of the size of the patio, as I said, $3,000 to $5,000, he gave $15,000 credit plus the pool, right? Portion deck, here's the credit for the pool. Now, at the end of the day, now he came up with a price of $750,000, if I'm not, yeah, $750,000. So, again, I was pretty close to the appraisal amount, and the sale price was, as I told him from day one, it was overpriced. Now, as you can see in this appraisal, but you know, at the end of the day, he ended up buying it because he didn't want to pay like $40,000-$50,000 more than what the property is actually worth. So, any questions on these? Anybody? Everybody's pro on this one now?
Yeah, more or less.
But you understand the concept, right? Now, this is how you do valuation. So you're very close to what your appraisal report would be. You know, we would love to sell the price of the homes, what the sellers ask for, but it doesn't happen all the time. So you have to make sure that you do your work as an agent to make sure that you do the valuation properly so that you advise your sellers properly. So, I mean, that's all I have for tonight. As I said, you know, if anybody wants to get the copies of the cheat sheet, as Nicole called, or Chris Mooney asked for, you can send me an email and I'll reply it back to you. And I will also send that CMA report. Now, this report, I'm not sure if you can still see it.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
This is on your portal. So I don't have to send it to you, so you can fill it out through your portal. And I'm going to send you 3 comps, and you're going to look at the picture and decide whether it's Q3 or Q4 based on the cheat sheet that you'll be getting. And we're going to analyze and send you each of you guys messages to see how you made out.
Okay.
All right? Anybody has any questions before we finish this off?
Yeah, I do. Regarding distance from the subject property, I'm sorry if you already went over that. It's becoming harder and harder to get the price, the value up to the insane amount that people are having to offer to get to win bids on property. Is it acceptable for 2 miles, or will most of the time the appraiser will, you know, keep it to 1 mile and not be open-minded to the 2 miles?
Well, see, this is what happens. If there is no comps within a mile, then you can expand your search to 2 miles. If there is no enough searches in those areas, you have to expand it to 3 miles. So you cannot, you can't do appraisal if there's no subject, there's no comps. So you have to expand it as needed.
But I've noticed some appraisers, like, they'll use a ranch for Cape Cod, or, you know what I mean? They'll sort of stretch, and some don't. Some are stripped. So that's why sometimes it's hard for me to make a good guess as to what would be allowed with a particular appraiser. And I try to just go to the price per square foot, you know, an averaged price per square foot. But I just didn't know if there was some set rule. Can you change out and use a ranch for a Cape Cod or a Colonial or stuff like that?
If there is no enough comps in the area, yes.
Okay. So you would do that first before you would go out 2 miles?
Correct.
Okay.
As I said, when I said, I didn't say exact comps. I said you have to look for comps.
Okay.
There could be any sale, but let's say if you are in a rural area, you have a small range,
Yes.
and now you search 1 mile and there's one mansion comes.
Okay.
Now, in that regard, you have to expand your search because that mansion has nothing, you know, as to the value and the size and the qualities and the condition, has nothing to do with this subject property. Therefore, you have to expand it to find something in similar in size. Like, let's say if your ranch is 1,400 square feet,
yeah,
you have a custom home on 5,000 square feet. You can't use that. So
okay.
just by the value, you know, comparing, you have to do, you know, apple to apple, apple to orange. You cannot go apple to watermelon per se.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody has any other questions?
Yes, Hakan, what about in relation to towns, comparing houses that are in different towns?
Okay, that's a good question. If there is no enough comps, you can use a comp from a different township as long as they are similar in size and similar in qualities.
Okay.
But you have to make a note. I mean, especially like if it is an appraisal report, they will make a note. We couldn't find any comps in such city, so we had to expand our search to such area. And the city has to be similar type of city. Let's say for Central Jersey people, I would say Lakewood and Howell Township, or Lakewood and what's that place called? River. What river is that? Tom's River. So, and if you look at South Jersey, then it has to be like Mount Laurel and Malta. You can't do, let's say, Cherry Hill East and Camden.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Nobody?
Well, I guess one more. Interior square footage. Is it strictly whatever the assessor has reported, or is it the square footage that's within the house? For instance, if there was a room, a garage that was added without the permit, then it's not reported with the assessor's office.
Garage
So
does not count in square footage.
you can't count it if it was converted?
If the garage is converted and heated, yes.
But it was not permitted. It was like, you know how a lot of people do that, where they'll, especially in Willingboro.
Yes, but as I said, the appraiser, when they go out there, they measure the finished area. And
Okay.
they could. Let me see if I can open one, so maybe we can see it together. Let's see here. Let me open this one up. Yeah, so let me share this page with you. Where is my sharing part? Stop share and share screen. Share. See in here, this is the appraisal report, and they measure pretty much all the finished areas, and that's how they come up with the square footage. So regardless of what assessor is saying, the appraiser will calculate your home based on your
Technically do measure. They don't just.
yeah. So I can tell you 99% of the appraisers do use this measure and stuff too. All right. Okay. Anybody else?
Did you record this, Hakan? Like we can print it out and try filling it out and go back through the recording and do it?
No, we're gonna share, we're actually recording it, but we are going to share all the cheat sheets and everything else with you. So this way you can, you know, you can just do it based on the sheet that you have.
I actually just did one this morning that I downloaded from our portal.
Uh-huh.
So I found this very helpful. So I can go back and tweak it.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you, if you fill that report out in full.
Yeah, I did.
And if you plug that into our, you know, we have listing presentations in our portals.
Oh.
Under marketing. So
okay.
If you fill this out, you fill that CMA form out and include it in that very professional looking listing presentation, I can tell you the sellers are going to be very impressed how ready you are and how much information that you have given them. So keep in mind, I mean, we're not just realtors. I'm not talking about, you know, and we know that we have several North Jersey and Central Jersey agents here on this training as well. So the more prepared that you are, the better it's going to look on your seller's eyes.
Right.
And we have the tools under agent marketing section in our portal. I mean, I can tell you 90% of you guys are not utilizing what we have. If you use those tools, I'm sure you're going to be on the top of that listing agent list for the properties if they are looking to, you know, hire a listing agent and talking to 5 other agents. So
I can take this and put it into the CMA on our portal.
Not the CMA, the CMA presentation there. Now,
right.
Let me open that so we can do it together. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna close these. Don't save it.
I mean, that's. I mean, I did this. I did it to fight an appraisal for a short sale that I'm doing. The appraisal came back and it was jammed up and I knew it was off. So I did this to try to fight it, but I'd like to see what you're going to show.
All right.
Show us.
Hold on a second. Let me share the screen with you. Where is my, okay. Share screen. I'm sharing this one. Yes. Share. Now, since Nicole asked this question, I'm going to go to her portal real quick.
You're not going to see all my stuff up in there. I'm horrible. I don't download everything.
You see all your dirty underwear.
I know. I don't
all right,
put all transactions in like I should.
So here we go. Marketing design.
Design. Okay. Oh, okay. Transaction marketing and design.
It's coming there. I have too many things going on at the same time, so it may be a little slow.
Huh.
So if you look at here, property listing marketing.
Okay.
And in here, you see listing presentations. All right. You click on that. Now, there are several parts. Now, if you're a team, you have a team presentation. All right. If you're an individual listing presentation, these are actually soft copies, meaning you can download these. And let's open one of them if we can.
Yeah, let's do that.
It'll take time for it to deliver, but I may have a listing presentation saved in my computer.
I'd love to see this.
File folder 2019. Actually, these are the ones that I have in my portal, which I'm going to share with you as well. It's not the same thing, but I'll share with you. Stop share and share screen. So this is what I used. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I used since 2005, myself personally. Okay. You know, at that time, of course, Barack Obama was the president, so we put for sale sign in front of White House. So now we talked about HomeSmart and what HomeSmart is all about, and it's similar on the other side too. So what's the difference between HomeSmart, what we do for them, now what we do to sell your homes? Let me, I'm not sure if I can share while, let me try it first. Can you see it as a presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How do I move? All right. So pricing, how you price your home. And this one has similar pages too. I believe HomeSmart took those from Realtor.com's website as well. This is what I had gotten it from. So, you know, we educate the sellers when we're pricing homes, right? This is, I go page by page. Since you have the soft copy on your portal, you can download it to your iPad. Instead of having a bunch of paper in your hand, you can just go through it and slide through them, explain to them. And you should have a copy of that too, because you're going to leave a copy with them. So, and this is what I had been doing since 2005 with my own sellers. So, explaining activity versus timing, how to price right. We can do a little listing presentation training as well. So we can do a role play with a couple agents and their questions, and I can answer as an agent. So that can be done. I mean, I can tell you, if you look at my history, even prior to the market crash, I never carried less than 40 listings at any given time. So that comes with how much you're armed with information. So here's the information that I was giving them. Now, as you can see, this is 59 pages long. That's a presentation, but I knew how to go fast. And, you know, information, these are not something that I just picked up online. These are real actual numbers. So important factors, and you're talking about yourself, you know. And they were animated, as you can see. Mine was animated, but HomeSmart's is not animated. I can share this presentation with anybody. It's a PowerPoint presentation, so they can do the same thing. So as you can see, while you're talking, you know, you're talking about how to list and what you're doing and the interest rates and so on and so forth. So you can pretty much put that CMA report within one of these slides. And now, since you're talking about and educating your sellers, at the same time, what you're doing is you're also giving them the information that they need. So here's some of the stuff and people that I sold and how much. Okay, I don't know how many agents really gets themselves prepared as much as I used to. Now, if you look at this window here, this was current market conditions. So appointments per listings, appointments by price change, appointments sold to original prices. So I was giving all this information to the sellers, and they could see where their home falls into. So
Those were your appointments or general?
no, those are the general within the marketplace. So
okay.
we're telling the sellers, this is what's going on in our marketplace. The more information that you're giving them, and in one single package, they will be saying, wow, this agent really got prepared very well. I mean, imagine how many people, how many agents give price opinions to sellers. The sellers don't call one single agent. They call 3, 4 agents to make sure that the property, somebody is not just lowballing it to sell quickly, right? So once they see an agent that is prepared as much as this, like you can see total homes on the market, that's within that county, right? Total home sales in 2012 and total homes sold in that area 2013. How many homes pending? And we talk about the pricing again. You know, how much the prices went up in 2007, how it should have gone up based on regular rate of 0.4% a year. You know, that doesn't count the last 5-6 months that we had in this market, but you know.
Does that information automatically populate from somewhere, current information, or do you have to input it?
You have to input it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure, because one is MLS information and this is your private presentation. So now let's go forward. Again, now we're teaching them homes doesn't sell at the asking price. So you're giving them examples and you're putting some, you know, fun into it. Our signs are guaranteed for 5 years. You know, you're putting certain stuff in there just to get a little laugh out of sales. So, and more details, giving them how much they end up with. And you talk about the marketplace again. Here's another thing that I really liked in my presentations. This is something that I created, but it always worked for me. So, and this is really good info. Does anybody remember Yellow Jackets?
No.
Which
From
company?
Century 21? Century 21?
Yeah.
Is that what that stands for, the Yellow Jackets?
Yes. So
That's so funny.
a lot of people will not understand. The agents will understand the, you know, logic behind it. So as you can see, any realtor you can hire, list your home in the multiple listing, advertise your home on realtor.com, put a yard sign. But what we do for you is this. So you go on exactly how you're going to advertise, you know, how you stand out. So you can add and do things based on this. And I use this animated form that I created. So, you know, I would be willing to share with everybody who wants a copy of this. I mean, it worked for me. It could work for you as well. Personalized home websites. This is one of the tools. Now imagine HomeSmart has our private property website, right? For every single listing that has a private property website. It's very easy. You can go to GoDaddy.com, get a small domain name, forward that domain name to your link, which HomeSmart provides. But at that time, I'm talking about 2005, I was doing private property websites for sellers. So your own property websites and other stuff, how they advertise online. And we're telling them here, see, this is very important. Why would I put somebody else's logo in my presentation? Because I tell them, look, it doesn't matter who you list with. Everybody uses the same exact tool, which is MLS. And 95% of the time, other agents sell our listings. So in syndication partners, HomeSmart has over 1,200 syndication partners. Once you put your home as a listing in our portal and you bring the information from the MLS, that goes into over 1,200 more websites, which is real estate related. Okay.
So you're saying when you put it in the HomeSmart portal, do you mean when I list it under my name at my HomeSmart website, or when I enter the listing into the system?
See, this is very good question again. When you have a listing, don't hold it up, because what you're holding up is your marketing. Because once you wait, like some agents, and I can tell you, we have many agents who do the same thing. When you get a listing, upload your listing documents and create your listing on your portal, because it's going to allow you to first create private property websites for your listings. Then it'll help you to print brochures and everything else. Then it'll help you to put that into YouTube video because you can send the link to the sellers. And plus, it pushes out to all these syndication partners. If you wait until the day that the property goes under contract and now you still don't have the listing uploaded to the portal or created in the portal, now closing comes, now you create the listing, you create the sales, and you upload everything at once. It doesn't give you any benefit by holding your listings until closing. It actually hurts you. So,
Well, but what I'm asking is, so when I enter my listing into my salesperson portal, you know, like I would any contract, when I put the listing contract in there,
Right.
then it automatically populates to all these affiliate partners, or do I have to list it under my name? You know how HomeSmart assigns me my own HomeSmart web page? Do I have to put it in there, or does it automatically go when I put it into our
all done
office?
automatically. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is create the listing, upload your listing documents, and the
Wow.
file has to get approved, right?
Okay.
Because you have all the proper documentation. Once we approve it, then once it is approved, it pulls all the information and pushes all the stuff out.
Okay.
That was a good question. Thank you.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you.
So, and it makes my life easier by, you know, you doing your job properly day one on. It helps me so we can clear that file day one. Just imagine if you don't prepare your documents timely, upload them into your portal and create the file on the portal, just think about it. And this is very simple. Somebody complains to real estate commission and commission comes and they tell them, okay, you're on online, you know, forms are online, open this file for me. And I open it, there's no file.
Yeah.
Imagine how much fines that they would give us.
Yes. Yeah.
So, does anybody have, everybody's okay with time?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna take 10 more minutes of your time and I'm gonna show you something that, you know, will help you, I guess, in the process. So let me just go through this real quick if there's anything else that I want to share. Okay. Okay, notify buyers and feedbacks. And again, we put a little more humor into the presentation, as you can see.
It's cute.
And let's have a real conversation about, should we work together? Not trying to list your home. I want to sell your home. All about if you feel I can bring the most of buyers to your home, I may have a perfect buyer. So, and we talk about more stuff. Now, as you can see, even during the presentation, we taught them how to list properties, educate them how to price properties. Now we're telling them at the end of the presentation, fair price, right? That's what we're asking for. And QR coded marketing, as you know, HomeSmart is pretty big on that. And you can even create those QR codes. But if you're not really techie, you can, I do have it in the office. They have these clear plastics. You can print on those and stick it on your signs. Now, once people scan that code, it goes to the listing that is on your website for that particular property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Some seller says, do you advertise in written magazines and publications and whatnot? So this is where I answer it. I don't. I don't put it in the magazines. I don't put it in real estate books or homes and house magazine, whatever. And I tell them outright, look, when you buy a house, do you go to Wawa and pick up a real estate book and say, I'm going to buy my home, my dream home, using this magazine? No. So it doesn't work that way. I mean,
It doesn't work like that anymore. I used to remember we had.
Some people will still ask you that. So
Oh, gosh.
once they get the logical answer, and believe me, they will move on that question quickly. So here you go, HomeSmart, White House, real estate signs. So each showing we talk about the feedbacks, and that's it. So that's the end of the presentation. But I want to open one thing for you real quick. Let me get out of here, out of there. All right. Who wants to learn about case studies?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do.
Take any information.
Right? Yes.
Get.
All right. So here we go. So, oh, no. All right. Let's go some of them real quick. Let me share this screen with you. Sorry. Share screen. Share. Okay, so this is a real case study. All right. This is from New Jersey Real Estate Commission. Somebody got in trouble because, here you go. He was from Wycott and actually Cherry Hill. Somebody showed the property client on such address. And now, some of you may know where this property is located. It's in Delran. It's 45 plus community. Okay, so the reason that I'm showing you these, real estate is easy and we make it easy, but the laws you have to follow. Some of you guys may think that it may be normal, but it is not. So here you go. Braden client was younger than 45 years old and not eligible. The multiple listing service information showed 45-year-old older. So they submit an offer and the offer accepted. And actually, this is one of the Turkish agents that I know in the area. So she did send all the regulations and whatnot to the buyer's agent, and the buyer's agent failed. And at the end, when the property went through the appraisal and everything else, so here you go. Responded Braden in violation of NJAC 11.564 because he failed to promote his client's interest when he showed her this property. So even though, now I'm going to go there quickly again. They find the agent. Where's the order? I think they find the agents $few $1,000s because of that. So, but the important one, some of them think that, you know, this is real easy. Let me find one. There we go. Share screen. You think that, I mean, this may sound stupid, but it is a true. How can I share it? This one, yes, share. So here you go. Some of the agents think that it is very normal, but you'll see now. This agent works for the Stryker Realty in Livingston, New Jersey. What she did is she gave, here you go, by providing lockbox code for one of her listings to a potential lessor without permission of the property owner, thereby allowing an unlicensed individual to enter the property unattended by licensee. All right, and here's the fine.
3,500, yeah.
All right. So $2,500 just for providing a lockbox code to the agent. Here's another one. If anybody remembers, share screen, share that. If anybody remembers, no free offering, right? In our real estate rules and regulations. Here's a Mr. Quinton, who used to work for, I guess he's still working for KW, Atlantic Shore. So
Which letter?
there you go. Quinton is the owner of a van, which is lettered with graphics for business advertisement, and graphics on the van says, buy or sell your home with me and use this truck for free. And the van, so it's not really illegal to do it, but, and the van lists telephone number which is not associated with the broker's office. You see?
Yeah.
So before you do anything crazy like that, you have to have, that's what we tell the agents. In New Jersey, we have to have broker's phone number, meaning the office phone number, and your phone number in there.
Right.
So if you don't have it, now let's see how much you had to pay. $2,000 fine.
Mm.
So
When did that happen?
well, I can tell you. This is
Regarding
2018.
Oh, gosh.
recently,
So this is this new one. I'm playing up and down. Can you see that one?
mm-hmm.
The docket, yeah.
Okay, somebody's asking a question.
Well, I just want to confirm, I mean, I think I should know this, but on real estate signs, do you have to have the office phone number and your cell phone number?
Yes.
Because I notice on a lot of them, it looks like it's only the cell phone, you know, when I'm driving around.
Well, I mean, if you want to get somebody in trouble, you can take a picture of it and send it to real estate commission.
Oh, okay.
If there's somebody you don't like.
Right.
Don't do it though. Karma is not good.
True, that's true. But there's one or two. But I just noticed that it seems like it's become a common thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to always have your office phone number on there.
Well, it used to be that it had to be bigger than your cell phone number.
Exactly. Yeah.
But does it still have to be bigger? The office number has to be bigger than the cell phone number?
Well, as long as they are same size, nobody's going to give you trouble.
Okay.
All right. So here's another one. Victor Polche, licensed New Jersey real estate broker salesperson. All right, let's see what he did.
Please.
Okay. The real estate commission staff alleged that Polche has violated certain provisions and laws and regulations, which, let's see what he did. All right, order and okay, here we go. License 2010, current license with RWSP Realty, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Here we go. On or before May 26, 2017, Polche, on behalf of Rand Realty, entered into listing agreement with Brian Shanahan to list property located 59. The original stated the listing price agreement was $824,999. The listing agreement did not include any signature date nor effective date, also did not specify definite terminal date. Shortly after entering into the listing agreement as described, Polche amended the list agreement price to $849,999 at the request of the seller. Also inserted the listing agreement in effective date of June 2017, signature states June 2, 2017, with the seller's authorization, and the listing agreement provided by Rand Realty was owed 4.5% of the sale price on the property commission that Rand Realty was offering 1.5% of sale price commission to potential brokers. Also provided fully executed copy listing agreement with the amendments. And he entered the listing in New Jersey, multiple listings for $849,999, and the sellers executed informed consent of dual agency form. So he has done everything good so far, right? Presented a verbal offer to purchase the property for $720,000 to the seller. The offer was made by basically his own client. This offer was rejected by the seller, and between the dates June 6, 2017 and June 15, 17, they presented additional 2 verbal offers. for his own clients. The offer price were $770 and $825 respectively. These offers were rejected by the seller, and on or before June 16, 2017, another agent, Jennifer Romero, with Keller Williams Village Square, made an offer, and Romero stated that she had a full price offer. So the listing broker told the buyer's agent from different agency she had a full price offer, all cash offer that she would like to present to the sellers. And the listing agent said the sellers are not accepting any more offers. Romero submitted a written offer to purchase to the property for $850,000 on behalf of clients. Less than 24 hours thereafter, Romero also submitted a copy of the above offer directly to the seller's attorney, and Romero offer was withdrawn. Therefore, thereafter, the seller was provided with unconditional release from the listing agreement, and the agent did not receive a commission from any other compensation with regards to the subject property. So basically, here's where, by failing to provide the sellers with a copy of the fully executed listing agreement. So you have to give your sellers a copy of the listing agreements, right? Yes. And they were in violation of policy failed to protect and promote as he would his own interest of his clients by discouraging and hindering the presentation of a higher offer on the property while negotiating lower offers as a fuel agent. So did everybody understand getting in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So let's see the fine. So he had to take 30-hour broker pre-licensing education, and probably got fined somewhere in here too. Let's see. I guess because the transaction did not take place.
Huh.
It's in there. It was like $5,500. You scrolled right through it. Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
There it is.
$5,000 fine. So,
Akan, in regards to that, agents doing that, we have somebody specifically in Gloucester County that does that. What are we legally allowed to do when we absolutely know our offers are not being presented to the sellers? Like dead certain.
well, you can request the agent to get a statement written by the sellers and sign it.
Yeah, you know, I've done that, but they don't always do it.
Yeah, they don't, and they just get initials, and it doesn't look like they've actually.
Yeah, like I've done it, and sometimes they don't even. Yeah.
Well, if you think that your offer is really not presented, you can tell the agent, look, if I don't believe that the offer is presented to the sellers, and I have a problem with it. So if she gives you a negative answer, you can just knock the door of the sellers and ask and say, was my offer presented? Yes or no? Are you breaking the law?
Yeah, okay.
I didn't think we could.
I didn't think so either, but I would. Like,
By going to seller service, are you breaking any laws?
Okay, I didn't think we could do that. Yeah, because there's been a few times that I
the agent. The easiest way is to tell the agent, look, if I don't get a definite answer from you as positive that my offer is presented to the sellers, I am going to file a complaint with Board of Realtors as well as New Jersey Real Estate Commission.
This person has actually, I believe, been reported and nothing's been done. But I've told my clients before, I don't think I can knock, but you can knock, and none of them ever want to do it. But it's happened several times with the same agent. And
exactly.
That's horrible. You should definitely knock on the door then.
Yeah, see what she said? If you don't want to do it yourself, have the client go knock the door.
Yeah.
And they don't have to obey New Jersey state laws.
Exactly. They're not going to lose their license. Yeah, they don't have one.
Okay, so.
Yeah, have your clients go. I would.
They didn't want to. That's the thing, because I suggested it. I said, I will do anything, but I can't risk losing my license, so I didn't.
Well, then have your clients go knock on the door and be like, I just want to make sure that my offer was presented.
Yeah, they're
Does anybody want any other examples, or should we go forward?
God.
Those are good examples, Lacan.
Yeah, I went through the cases from 2010 till 2020. So these are some of the handpicked ones. So here we go. Can you see this one?
Yes.
Yes. So simply what they are saying here, the offer was sent to a listing agent and they failed to present the offer within 24 hours. Okay. And here's the fine. All right. So this is what you should not do, right? So what you're learning right now is what not to do. So you learn what to do automatically. Here's another one. So this person gave access to MLS to an unlicensed person. All right. $1,000 fine. And
Hey,
here,
Hakan,
yes.
let me ask a question. The one before the $1,500 fine. So about not presenting the offers. So one time I got an offer without a pre-approval letter, and we all know that an offer without a pre-approval letter is next to garbage.
Right.
So, like, what do you do with that?
I would present it to the seller and tell the seller that we have not received the pre-approval.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've waited. I said I can't. I've waited.
Well, you know, your job as agents is present your offer to your sellers within 20 minutes. That is the rule. It doesn't say, our commission doesn't say the offers has to be presented with proof of funds or with pre-approval. Now, the reason that we're requesting pre-approval to make sure that the buyer is able to purchase it and they are pre-approved by a financial organization.
Okay.
So
I didn't understand that.
Thank you.
Everybody understood that?
Got it.
Yes, got it.
So here's another one, mold disclosure.
Ah.
Does anybody know her?
What?
Anybody know this person?
Sounds familiar.
No.
I believe she used to be a KW agent.
Yeah.
Gosh, thank God, my name's not coming up there. Trying to make a joke.
I omitted mine, so let's. All right, here we go. So let's see what you did. There we go. Orch is a licensed New Jersey Real Estate Commission. She is a Keller Williams agent in Medford. And they went into a contract with such sellers located on this road. She acted as seller's agent, and the buyers was represented by another agent. Horch and Farr were aware a mold presence in the basement, and Horch represents that she believed they were in agreement that the sellers would be responsible to remediate the mold in the basement. So the mold remediation came, and they were given a detailed report. And however, there was some issues. So she sent the entire email from mold inspector to Farr, the other agent.
Somebody has their TV on loud. Sorry.
Yeah, it's making it hard.
Who's that?
I don't. Not me.
They stopped. It's okay.
Okay. So the portion of the report forwarded by Horch concerned the first floor of the property only. So it didn't mention the basement on the report. So basically, she failed to send the whole report to the buyer's agent. So here you go. Because she held back a part of the report, and she paid $2,500 fine.
For sure. Okay.
All right. So here's another one, lottery. New Jersey real estate broker. And she's a broker, or he's a broker at Keller Williams. Okay, they settled this case, but let's see what the case is all about. Okay, she acted in violation of NJC by failing to supervise a salesperson under her employ, specifically in that Jeffrey Spector used an advertising method which involved a lottery.
Oh, I heard this shit.
So now the broker gets in trouble because one of the agents created an advertisement, which is a lottery. So you can see, you can put me in trouble because you do something wrong. It doesn't stop you getting fined. You get fined too. So, all right. Here is some agents that I have seen doing it too. Agent falsifying CO documents.
Mm,
So she
that's bold.
Falsifying what kind of documents?
CO.
occupancy documents.
Oh, how do you do that?
Well, I guess she had one property that passed the CO, so she changes the address and sends it to the buyer that this is the CO.
It's ballsy. I've never.
And she paid $3,000 fine for it.
That's crazy.
It goes into fraud.
Any fraud, yeah.
Can be.
She would, like, I'm
Could
sure
probably
she
get a criminal charge for that.
Right. So here's another one. And the reason that I'm showing you guys this, because if you don't turn, here's a deposit for a property. If you fail to bring the deposit check to your broker or the title company,
how many days?
within 5 business days,
right?
Receipt. So, and that person got fined $2,500.
Yeah, that's why I always have my clients, I tell them, bring it right to the title company.
Right. So does any of you guys take, does anybody know this person?
Yes.
Nancy Kowalik.
Yes. So she is one of the agents that a lot of South Jersey agents don't like, because she is very fishy. She's very unethical. So she does a lot of things wrong. So
That's who I was talking about.
I understood that.
Evidence.
That's why I put her in this spot.
Where's, wait, oh gosh. Secured evidence. You keep going up and down.
So how come nothing's ever done?
Wait, you keep
Well,
moving.
it's not that she's done. I mean, if you look at here.
Moving.
All right.
Back up.
Let's read it, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying.
So I'll let you read it. Everybody can read it.
Which indicates that it has violated some provisions of laws, regulations governing the contact of blah, 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 blah. Okay, scroll down.
So she was a listing agent for such property. She listed a property as exclusive listing, okay?
Oh, there's somebody else that has done that. Oh,
So-
yeah, okay, keep going.
Exclusive listing with a waiver of broker corporation, right? Now, in here, our broker corporation says you have to maintain the property not listed in the multiple listing service or any other listings. Then she entered the listing into Trend multiple listing service 10 days prior to expiration. All right. So she failed that agreement, and she was in violation with it, and she paid $1,000 fine.
There's somebody else, I can't remember his name because I had a client that, you know, that are under contract to purchase another another property, and it was an exclusive listing. And they put in there, and I can't remember which property it was, but I will go back and ask my client because I'm going to see her tomorrow. And he was only giving, it was exclusive listing, but he wanted to put it on the MLS, and he was only giving $100.
Yeah.
For compensation.
Yeah, she does that for $1 if you show it before her open house.
Maybe it was $1. Yeah.
And if you show it before her open house, you can't get in anyway. You can't get into her listings at all.
It was ridiculous, and I even called him on it. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, you know, I want to put it." I was like, "How can you put it on the MLS when it's exclusive?" He's like, "Well, I can as long as I give compensation." I was like, and then I told my clients, and they were like, "Well, then we don't want to see it."
Okay. Here's one. Okay, where is that? Whereas respondent admits that she violated NG by failing to obtain a written informed consent of both parties to act as a disclosed due agent.
Oh yeah, it's serious.
So here's a disclosed due agency fine of $1,000. So, I mean, I have like many of these, which we're gonna have another training material for this. So, but
I would love, honestly, I'm going to be very honest with you, Hakan. I'm very not tech savvy. So I would love to do that, where you just clicked out of, the tech design for CMAs.
okay.
Like, you know, it's up to everybody else though. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right. Anybody has any questions, so we can finish this up because it's already 7:39. I don't want to take too much of time.
I'm good.
It was very good. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Hakan.
Yeah, very helpful. Thank you.
Definitely would like a listing class, a marketing presentation, and how to win listings with confidence
That
class.
would be nice. Yes, I agree.
Okay. Well, we'll do how to do listing presentation training.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
So we need a role model. So I need two people to be. One is going to be a listing agent, and one is going to be seller.
I'll be the seller.
And I'll be second listing agent. So you'll see the difference, how we do it, and what to ask, what not to ask. So we'll do that. If anybody wants to do this, we can probably schedule sometime next week.
I would like that.
I guess it works for everybody during the middle of the week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll schedule something and push it out to everybody as of, I guess, next Monday, the latest. So every one of HomeSmart agents will have that request. We can only do, I believe, 100 agents at a time through my Zoom, not more than that. So earlier that you register, you have a better chance to get it. So I see that we have about right now close to 50 agents, which is pretty good turnout. So I thank every one of you guys being here tonight and learn about some of these.
Will a copy of this recording be available somewhere?
I am actually recording it on my desktop right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have to get that pieced because it'll be such a large file.
Okay.
I just would like
The CMA.
the first a copy of the BPO.
The CM, yeah. The BPO.
Yeah, and a copy of the breakdown on what the minuses and pluses and check
So as I said, whoever wants a copy of that, send me an email. I'll reply back with the copy. And two,
Is that to your Comcast?
The BPO is already on your portal, so you
Oh.
don't need that.
Well, no, I have that. I meant when you did like different prices per, like if a house was over 400,000, if a house was at that range.
I'll as I said, request it and I'll just send it over to you.
Okay, but for your email address,
I'm actually right now. If
which
you,
email do you want me to do it on? I got.
all right.
You want me to request on your Comcast?
If you look at the chat section of this
I don't know.
Zoom,
Oh, there we go. The chat thing.
I think I only sent it to Dorothy Wang.
And I responded to the email that you used to send the confirmation, Hakan. So I'm
Yes.
not sure if that's the right one or not.
So here's the email. If you look at the chat, you can all copy it and send a request, and we'll send it over to you.
Just say.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much, Hakan.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Great
Take care.
information.
All right. Bye bye.
Appreciate it. Hakan, good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.